Okay, right. So factorizing trinomials. So the simplest type of trinomial to factorize is one where the coefficient of x squared is 1. So you'll see for now, all our equations will be in x squared with no coefficient, meaning 1 is the coefficient. No. Okay. This can be done using trial and error and is simply the reverse of expanding double brackets. Now, what I mean by that is, do you remember that if I gave you two brackets next to each other, you went and did FOIL? Do you remember that? Christopher, you don't have to copy. This is on that page that I handed out now. Okay? When we do FOIL, we get an answer of x squared plus 7x minus 12. Okay, so what we're going to do now is basically the reverse. I give you the answer, and then you've got to tell me what the two brackets would have been. Okay, so what do? Step 1 is write the double brackets with the x's in the usual position. Now, you would have seen in the previous examples that we did, we always have, let's say, x plus 2 and then x plus 3. The x is always first in each bracket, right? So that's what we start off with. X and x, beginning of each bracket. Then, step 2, find two numbers whose product is 12. So can you see 12 is the constant? Do you guys see that? So we look at the constant number, and then we look for two numbers, the product of them, meaning if we multiply them, they must give me 12. But those same numbers must also be the sum of 7. Can you see the coefficient of x is 7? Okay, so what times what will give me 12? 4 times, okay, let me quickly write that here. 12 can be 12 times 1, or 6 times 2, or 3 times 4. But we said it must also be the sum. The sum of these numbers must give me 7. If I add them, would it give me 7? No, so that one's up. If I add these, would it give me 7? -1. No. So over here, if I add them, does it give me 7? Yes. So that's how I know in that bracket it will be x plus 3 and x plus 4. Okay. At step 3 it says, in this simple case, there are no complications with signs and the numbers are 3 and 4. Okay, so we'll get to the signs just now. So, do you guys understand what I mean? Yes, ma'am. Okay, so let's look at another one. X squared plus 8x minus 20. Okay, so step 1, we go write our two brackets. But now, it says there, write the double brackets with the x's in the usual position. Okay, now that you guys are fine with. Then it says, one of the signs must be negative because of that minus 20. So because at the end, the previous example, we had a positive number, no? We had positive 12. But now because it's negative 12, we know that one of my brackets will be a negative. So x plus something, and the other bracket, x minus something. Do you guys get that part? Okay. Now, step 2, same thing. We look at factors of 20. Which numbers do I multiply to get 20? Okay, that will be 20 times 1, or 10 times 2, or 5 times 4. And I've got to use them to get how much? To get 8. Okay, will 20 and 1 work? 10 and 2? No. That can work. If it's a positive 10 minus 2. Okay, so now, what's confusing? Okay, remember? Look at step 2. Step 2 says, find two numbers whose product is minus 20. Okay, that will be 20 times 1, 10 times 2, 5 times 4. Okay, and whose sum is 8. Now, just look at the numbers, 5 and 4. Can I get to 8 using that? 10 and 2, yes, but then I'm going to have to say plus 10 minus 2, because that will give me 8. And have a look, positive 10 times negative 2 will give me negative 20. Does it now make sense? So in my bracket, I will then have x plus, okay, there they're showing you the combinations. Okay, so x plus 10, x minus 2. Do you guys start seeing it?
I see it now.
Okay, right, let's look at example 3. X squared minus 6x plus 8. Now, we know we're going to have 2 brackets. Oh, wait. But 2 brackets and x in the beginning of each. But now, that plus, okay, tells me that my brackets will be the same sign, okay? But because that's a minus, I can't have plus plus. I have to have minus minus. Okay, but I'll make you write down an extra step just now. Or you actually did write it down. We'll get to that just now. Okay, so now, factors of 8. Okay, so 8 times 1 or 4 times 2. I must use them to get minus 6. So can I use these two?
No.
But minus 4 minus 2 will give me minus 6. Name. So now minus 4 minus 2. You guys fine? Turn it around. It's exactly like it is on the board. Well, that makes like a print. If yours is a bit funny, just correct it. He's put the double. Okay, so just correct it. It must be x minus 4, x minus 2. I don't know why that happened. Okay, right. Let's look at example 4. X squared plus 4x minus 12. Okay, so step 1 is write the double brackets with the x's in the usual position. One of the signs must be negative because of that minus 12. Okay, okay, so I know I'm going to have x plus something and x minus something. Now let's work out what those somethings would have been. 12, we actually have it here. 12 times 1 or 6 times 2 or 3 times 4. But I must get positive 4. Let me just write it down. 12 times 1, 6 times 2 or 3 times 4. Would I use these to get to a positive 4?
No.
That?
Yes.
Yes, what will I write?
Plus this.
Positive 6
Minus
minus 2. So x plus 6, x minus 2. Does it make sense, people? There, I show you all the different combinations. So that's your final answer. You guys good? Okay, now, this last page, I'm not going to run through. That you can use to go back to and revise and so forth. Okay, so what I want to do now is let you guys practice, because you say you know what's going on.